G'day and welcome to another video. If you read the title right, you'll probably be wondering, why did he do this? Why was this necessary? Internet Explorer was already bad, why'd you have to make it worse? And I'll answer some of those questions and probably leave you wondering a little bit more. So basically, I've made Internet Explorer negative 2.0. As we can see here, known as Zishig 1 web browser. Now, as you can see, I've also changed the wallpaper here because that makes everything just feel a little better. And of course, we've got it here running good old DuckDuckGo, mainly because searching anything up whether using Google causes a whole bunch of script errors to appear. So basically, and that's something that's going to actually happen with a lot of websites you go to. It's just going to pop off script error here, script error there, will you allow this script, will you allow that script? And so basically, everything is unusable on here. A bit like Internet Explorer itself, but worse. So it's actually really interesting, because what's been done is I've basically used the web browser tool, right, in the Visual Studio Community's toolbox, and that runs on a really old version, not heaps old, but it runs on like it basically just embeds a version of Internet Explorer, but somehow worse in certain regards. Like you can't go searching up for YouTube barely works, right? So you can maybe watch a YouTube video, and for all my good little Christian boys out there, you won't be tempted to watch any of the porn hubs because that doesn't fucking work. Don't worry, I've tried X videos, that doesn't work either. X and XX probably might, but who goes there anyway? And you know, as we can see here, what I basically started with is I obviously got the Windows format, and I added the little toolbar stuff at the top here, and so you can see we've got this search box here, and so basically what that does, and what I've made it do, is that whatever's typed in there, and it has to be a URL, that's how dodgy it is, like you have to type in a URL, and it will go to that, so that's pretty interesting. And something else I'd like to show is that sometimes when you press enter on the fucking search bar here, even though it's made to accept the enter button, it'll just make an error noise anyway. Like maybe we'll be able to get it to work now. It just did it anyway. Even though that's what it's supposed to do, just did it anyway. It was just like, I know it's allowed to enter, but I don't want it to. And so basically what you can see here is that the web page, it's kind of loaded, but as usual it has an error right here. Just let the script run, I suppose. What's the worst it can do? It kind of plays videos sometimes with varying degrees of quality, and so basically stop moving. Anyway, so basically videos almost working is now the norm, and the scripts for YouTube site barely work. That's why YouTube works but Pornhub doesn't. Yeah, so that's great. If you wanted to search your social medias, Instagram doesn't work, don't worry about that, but we could try going to good old Facebook. More like, fuck. So this is great. So we're already getting an unsupported browser warning, because again the web browsing thing is based off of Internet Explorer, but there's a login page, so that's good. And I fucking told you to stop moving, I swear to fucking God, bro. Anyway, so, as you can clearly see by what I've displayed so far, absolute shit show. But that's mainly the point. See, the funny thing about this is this was initially supposed to be a actual proper project where I tried making a web browser that was like good, but then I realized that all the stuff to make it good was either too complex for my little brain here or costed money. Now, it's not good if it isn't free, guys. Like, I think we can all admit, like, if it's not free and, you know, it's like the least supported, most dangerous thing you've ever used, what's the point of using it, right? You know? So now I'll go back to the process of making all this fun stuff here. So of course we've got our back button, our forward button, our refresh button, our home button, and the go button, which can be used as an alternative to pressing enter and it going, or any other error noise on Windows. And of course, you know, you see all the stuff here for how it works. It's actually pretty self-explanatory with the way it uses shit like that. But, of course, it wouldn't be worse than Internet Explorer if we couldn't get it to just have an error straight away. And I'll show you how to have an error. I'll simply type in your mother. What? Oh yeah, there we go. There's been an error in the script. Well, it turns out what used to cause an error now just works. So, that's great. What used to happen is it would show I can't reach this page because it's not a URL. So I suppose that thing I said earlier about needing a URL, that's a complete lie now. I'm sorry for lying, guys. So this has been Zishiguan, right? So that's been pretty good. But the funny thing is the way it was published. It's really weird because the way to get the web browser in the first place is to use like an older version of the .NET thing, and the way to do that is to use Windows format, .NET framework, and basically the way that's published.
Boring! Shut up, nerd!
So long story short, you have to press this setup.exe and install it before you can use it. And the fun thing about the way it was published is that it just doesn't, even though I gave it an icon, it just doesn't want to use it. It just goes, nah. Like this icon you can see on the desktop, I just set that. It was just a generic thing before because I guess it felt like it. So in that way it is also worse than Internet Explorer. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, this is probably going to be a really short video anyway, so if you didn't, shame on you, but I suppose if you didn't, you wouldn't see this. So this has been Internet Explorer, shithouse version, Dero version if you will. Goodbye.
So cold, you motherfucking stoning. Bar so mad, make a white bitch throw shit. Bar so quick that you might start rolling. Bar so sick that you might get COVID. This ain't enough. I need some drink, put some shit in my cup. And I had a decent, my homies were rough. They were shoving that Dollar General and stuff.